but just this year in the Grand Prix in Columbus, Ohio, Jones took second to Leyva 3-1 in the finals. So big match here for both of these young men.
Well, we might be looking at the toughest match in the pool for Zeke Jones. And that's both the head coach and assistant coach for the United States Olympic team sitting in Jones's corner. They realize the importance of this match. Leyva sitting back in his stance. Jones trying to feel him out a little bit here. When the action will start, it'll be fast and furious. 2-on-1 now by Leyva. Let's see what offensive technique he'll use from that tie. The reason you call it a 2-on-1, your two hands are on his one arm.
Zeke Jones took the bronze in the Goodwill Games in Seattle in '90, and he was a Pan American Games bronze medalist in 1991. Of course, the world champion. He's 25 years old, was born in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Now lives in Bloomsburg, PA.
Ooh, nice shot by the Leyva, and he'll score. Nice high crotch. He had Jones up in the air. Jones tried to spin and counter to keep his weight down on the mat, but Leyva doing a nice finish. And Coach Bobby Douglas on the right, screaming instruction. He coached Zeke Jones through college at Arizona State University.
And Zeke was a three-time NC2A All-American.
And speaking of NC2A All-American, that is a collegiate stand-up, and it just got him out of any potential parterre point-scoring maneuver by his Cuban opponent.
And there's a thought down the line here, Jeff, to add a one-point escape to international wrestling. That would make it interesting, except then you would try.
That could be two.
That could be two, but they're not going to. It was his attack. They're not going to call it, and he's up in the air. Zeke Jones trying to scramble the counter. And
nothing
no, he's
yet,
still countering.
Nothing yet.
What
nothing
a scramble.
Yet. Great scramble.
The crowd appreciates it.
No points through all of that. We told you it'd be good. And Leyva
calling for a time.
Calling for time. I imagine he expended a lot of energy, but he's holding his left ankle.
Ender Bayakarsen of Turkey, the referee.
Out comes the spray. Watch this.
The magic spray. We watched this run. There
we don't know what it is.
We're getting the world freed, so anything that they have on, they're calling him Junior Jones on your screen, but it's Larry or Zeke.
Zeke comes right out and gets the legs of his opponent, and that's going to be a takedown. If he continues driving, it'll be back exposure.
Well, they're only giving the one. Matt Judge, and it is now tied at 1-1.
Leyva is powerful on his knees. He's able to lift people up just from his knees, and a nice lace leg. It should be worth 1 point, hand-to-hand exposure.
And that was the move that spelled the difference last year with Jordanov. He turned in 3 times with that to win the world championship, and it now takes him ahead 2-1.
Jones wants to hang on to that leg, and here if he can come around, and that should be two.
Nice change of direction for Zeke Jones. Looked like he was in trouble, spun the other way, and turns Leyva of Cuba to his back.
Well, Leyva was countering that double leg so hard, Jones changed direction and caught him, and there's another two. Oh, I don't buy that at all. 2-2 is not the case. It should be 2 for Jones.
He initiated the action and no confirmation.
That should be 2 for Jones.
That's all they did. The referee, or the mat judge and the mat chairman, only gave 2. Only gave 2 to Zeke Jones.
And Jones now blowing it open. I imagine that one technique, Leyva had Jones in the air and came away with nothing. And you could see him grimace in pain, and Jones exploiting it.
1-1 and a 2.
U.S. coach is elated, and the pain evident on the Cuban face.
Well, in the world with that combination, and it definitely took its toll on Alfredo Leyva of
keeping on that left leg. It's his back leg in his stance right now, which would hurt Leyva, is if Jones would continue to circle to Jones's left, to your right as a viewer.
1 minute and 48 seconds to go in this 5-minute bout, and Zeke Jones definitely in control.
It's over. It's going to be over. All he had to do was circle that way, and there's no way the Cuban could respond, especially with a hurt ankle.
Zeke Jones perhaps giving us a message here of what's to come, Jeff?
Well, this is going to set him up in his pool. he certainly is going to have a tough match with
2 more for the gut wrench.
With the Romanian, 2 more with the gut wrench. He might get a technical fall here, and certainly that is going to help his cause. It'll still come down to a match heads up with the Romanian to win this pool. This is just my opinion. That's not going to be his next match. But right there is going to do it. And Jones making a statement.
Zeke Jones, the reigning world champion in this weight division, left little doubt in who was in command of this match. An injury early to Alfredo Leyva of Cuba, probably spelling the real difference in this match. But Zeke Jones will win it by technical fall, 16-1.
And what really did the damage was something called the lace leg. And once he hooked it up, he just took the Cuban over and over and over, and Leyva could not respond. And in the end, that ankle just could not work. Jones exploiting it, taking the Cuban directly to his back, and what finished him off, getting the technical fall, was this gut wrench. It was game that Leyva stayed with it that long. Actually, it wasn't even a gut wrench. It was another lace leg, and that was it for Leyva of Cuba.